It's basically become an investment property pyramid scheme. I've been posting a lot lately about the housing crisis because I'm trying to buy a house to raise a big family. A question people keep asking me is, so Liam, who are you going to vote for? The short answer is, whichever party is going to do the most to fix the root cause of this housing crisis. Which brings up the real question, what's the root cause? Economic experts tell us it's simple, a shortage of supply relative to demand. Politicians, on the other hand, argue over whether it's unsustainable immigration, council zoning restrictions, expensive and slow approval processes, not enough tradies, high material costs, building regulations, lack of supporting infrastructure, negative gearing and capital gains tax, the banking system. They'll push whichever reason suits their political agenda. The truth is, it's all of the above and more. That's why it's a full-blown housing crisis. So then I asked myself, why are these problems so well known, but no one's fixing them? The answer became incredibly obvious, because people are getting rich. The majority of elected officials across local, state, and federal governments own investment properties, including Dutton and Albanese, and they get richer by doing nothing. But that's where the voters step in and say, hang on a minute, we let you get rich off insider stock trades and doing deals with lobbyists, but we draw the line at unaffordable homes, where the median house price is more than 5 times the average income. Otherwise, we're voting you out. But obviously, this hasn't happened yet, because back in 1999, good old Johnny Howard, with good intentions I'm sure, introduced a 50% capital gains tax discount to encourage Australians to invest in property, increasing housing supply and driving down rents. Sounds great in theory, but in practice, it created such a strong incentive that led to a deep-rooted culture of investing in property over investing in productivity. Fast forward to today, we have 2.34 million Australians benefiting from these tax concessions. I don't know about you, but personally, I realised I had been pretty much brainwashed by the older generations into thinking I needed to own 5 investment properties fully paid off so I could retire comfortably from the passive income, and that I should rent vest to get my foot in the market. It's basically become an investment property pyramid scheme, where the earlier you bought in, the richer you get, and the more you rely on the next generation going into even more debt just to enter the property market. I believe that mindset, that the path to wealth is buying more property instead of building more through productivity, is the real root problem of the housing crisis that all other supply and demand issues come from. Please, don't fall for the 2 major parties' vote-baiting tactics that are designed to drive up house prices for themselves and buy just enough votes from our generation to incentivize us to do the same thing to the next generation. It's why politicians who personally benefit from skyrocketing house prices aren't being voted out, because there's 2.34 million property investors who are voting in their financial interests. Meanwhile, you've got young people like me, who when it came to voting just walked in, grabbed a sanger, ticked my name off so I didn't get a fine, or my friend who just likes to draw a penis on the ballot paper every time. Hilarious, by the way. But now that I have a family and can't afford a home close to work, it's not as funny anymore. I'm now informed and hopefully helping inform other young people who've lost hope of ever owning a home to raise their family in. But here's the hope. We actually outnumber the 2.34 million property investors. There's 5.7 million millennials and Gen Z who don't own a home. That's more than double. The only way the system corrects itself is when the oppressed majority holds the elected officials accountable, by voting them out. It's inevitable. If it's not fixed this election cycle, I believe rising house prices relative to the average income will make it a deafening issue in the next election, one that triggers a seismic restructure to our political system. So to answer your question, who am I going to vote for? Even though I'm someone with mostly conservative values, who dreams of raising a big family and owning just the one home that we live in, I'll be compromising on almost everything to vote for the Greens this election, because they're the only party in my electorate of Hughes that sound truly passionate about reforming the tax system to make it fair for young Australians. Because the tax system is what created this toxic investment property culture in the first place, which in my opinion is the real root cause of the housing crisis, and that all supply and demand issues are symptoms of it. We need to become a society that invests in business and productivity more than property. That's how we improve the quality of life for all Australians, not just those who were born before us and bought investment properties. So if you want to own your own home one day and raise a family, vote in your best interest and the best interests of your future children. And hey, If you still want to draw a penis on the ballot paper, go for it. Just make sure you fill out the rest properly so the vote still counts.